Yeah. All right. So people are clicking on TCU TV Animal Edition, and they probably think that they're going to see me interviewing Ralph Sinisi. So I'm going to ask the question that everybody at home is probably wondering is, who the hell are you guys?
Good question. I'm Nick. I do sales, West Coast and international sales for Animal, and this is Andrew. He does East Coast sales for Animal. So both sales guys were the only ones out here for Animal for this trade show.
Why is that? Why is it so hard to get anyone from New Jersey to come to Las Vegas?
The weather's getting better right now. It's hard for them to leave, and they just got a bunch of other things.
And they're just salty. That's the East Coast
it's
way.
Vegas.
I know it was hard.
I don't
for me
feel
to
bad
get
for
here.
it. It's Vegas, so
Yeah.
I don't blame them.
It is Vegas.
I'd stay home too if I could.
Really?
Yeah.
See, I would come if I was like sitting at home married and everything. I would be out here. But all right, so let's just get into it. We got some new products right here. What do you want to tell me about these?
The seat first.
Yeah, I mean, a couple different things. I mean, the seat would be first. That's the Broadway seat.
Oh, okay.
That's basically, we came out with the Nigel seat. It's a thinner version of, or this is actually a thicker version of that seat. People kind of complained about Nigel being thin for them and wanting the cush to come back, so we kind of just mixed the two together and came out with this pretty much.
We all want the cush to come back.
Yeah, this is a little bigger. It's kind of like, it's a cush replacement, I guess you can say.
It's still the same base too, though, because the Nigel is like, you know, a lot of people ride it because it holds up a lot stronger.
Yeah, it's the ultimate base, so it's not going to break. But then we just added more foam, basically beefed it up a little bit.
And we got some seat post clamps here. Are those
seat clamps? Just the black, blue, red, purple that we're doing. It's an invest cast like steel, 4130 steel, so it's.
Oh, this is pretty nice.
Yeah, pretty cool. A lot of little details done to it and stuff. Nothing big, but
right.
Yeah, it goes real good with the
nice
scavenger
touch.
frames. All scavenger frames are from now on are gonna be like traditional clamp.
Oh, okay, because you guys were doing the
wedge post,
the wedge post before. But,
okay.
you know, everybody's got integrated clamps and like, you know, fucking.
These pedals are bearingless pedals that I think I read about online.
Yeah, they're basically like a bushing style replacement pedal.
Oh, nice. So you can just replace the body real cheap
Yeah,
later?
basically you buy the one-time deal. Like you buy this for, you know, 40, 50 bucks maybe at retail. That's not confirmed yet, but basically you buy that one-time kit, then you replace those kind of like a plastic pedal. And reason doing this, I mean, besides just kind of like the innovation part of it, but at the same time it's beefing up a plastic pedal, which everyone complained about, like bending pedals, and that's why they didn't like the plastic pedal, but it saves you in a lot of other things, and at the same time, that's why we put this, just kind of like beefing up the whole deal in general. So
nice.
It'll be left and right side.
And then we got a new tire here too.
Yeah, and that one's monster truck tire, kind of like going. A lot of people asking for like the bigger tire, bigger front tire. So we kind of just designed something that was like bigger. I mean, the MTT stands for monster truck tire, but it still left the flat surface on the the middle, so it still rolls decent in the street as well too.
Nice. I noticed both of you guys are rocking some unreleased Animal shirts. Is this part of the new?
They released.
They just
these are
came
both out?
Yeah,
they
they're
just
full
dropped.
winter. They're out
I
now.
don't think I've seen them yet.
Yeah,
but
they're out now.
Is so Animal's kind of the past couple of years been going hard with the apparel side of things. Is that still something you guys are pushing really hard?
Yeah, I mean, we have beefing it up a lot. We got really good designers doing it, so they are nonstop working, coming out with things. I mean, we're dropping stuff every season and really like pushing it to doing agendas and all those other trade shows where we're pushing into that market as well. And it's kind of just a mixed market.
It's just so big in New York.
Yeah.
That's the thing. Like, it's huge in New York. So
just fashion in general.
People can really like come to it because it's from New York. It's like a New York
What about
brand.
something like when we see Lil Wayne wearing it? Is that because you guys are sending them stuff randomly, or is the stylist just going out and buying it? Or?
No, that's a funny story. When I first started Animal, like Scotty filled me in, and basically Lil Wayne's stylist, like Lil Wayne digs the stuff so much, his stylist hit us up,
right?
And they paid for everything they had. Like, he bought it, he was into it.
Really?
I mean, we did send him some stuff on the side as well, but he was willing to pay for.
Yeah, he loved
we gave
the
him,
brand,
so.
and like
he actually bought a pair of socks at Chenga, like Chenga 2, getting a private skate session, and he liked the socks, and he bought the pair of socks. Like,
so that's good to know, because I'll buy a pair of socks.
Yeah.
But I thought that if I was as rich as Lil Wayne, I wouldn't have to ever buy socks again. I thought
you
I
would
would
think,
just somehow
but
have
sometimes
socks.
you got that much money, you're like trying to hook up people as well too. You're trying to take care of the homies. Yeah.
I think he just really digged the brand.
Yeah, and now he's got his own brand, so he's like off on that too. So
that's
you
pretty
probably
cool.
won't see him in an Animal thing again, but
truck fit.
Yeah, so
You ain't wearing no truck fit.
Nah, he could send me some. I'll wear it.
If he sends me, I don't know if I'll wear it. I don't know. But all right, so But with the cut and sew side of things, you guys still doing a lot of jackets and all that stuff along those lines, or?
Yeah, I mean, we just came out with for this fall winter line. We kind of like slimmed it down with just like flannels and
2 flannels,
hoodies,
2
stuff
sweaters,
like
like
that.
2 crew necks.
We're also doing that made in U.S.
Hoodies.
stuff too. We have like a more
Right.
like expensive jackets and stuff still available too. So we're gonna rock that through the rest of like the season, and you know, come springtime, probably do another run of something smaller. You know, like not as big as you've seen in the past, but just trying to find our right like place really. You know?
Speaking of the Made in American stuff, or Made in America, what's like the mentality when I saw that sprocket that you guys are doing in America? Is that just because the cost of making stuff in America is almost getting closer to the cost of making stuff in Taiwan, or are you guys just trying to support local manufacturers? Or
It's kind of both, really. I mean, because some stuff is cheap, like the same amount of money it would be to make it in Taiwan, you know, on some products. Like
but that's not
some
true with
aluminum
sprockets,
stuff.
right?
Aluminum, yeah, like you
pretty
can
close.
find, yeah. It depends on who owns the machine.
Yeah,
da, da, da,
it's
da.
detail.
Yeah.
Like, it's
Right.
all detail. You know, if you want to do like a really detailed like spline drive sprocket or something, like definitely better to do it in Taiwan. You're gonna get more bang for your buck.
Right.
With the classic, you know, V3 sprocket, it's just bringing back the traditional design, and it's easy to do in the U.S. and if we're trying to do as much U.S. stuff as we can.
And it seems like there's definitely a segment of the consumers who really appreciate it too. When I'm looking
Yeah.
at the comments, there's a lot of kids who want to, maybe not kids, maybe adults, maybe more so, who understand like the ramifications of supporting local businesses and
Just
everything
back
like
in
that.
it, yeah.
What number Interbike? Is it your first Interbike?
Nah, 4.
Oh, 4? How many?
Yep.
Me, man, like 12 or 13.
Oh, really? Oh, shit. All right. How was it this year compared to years before?
It looked cool. I mean, they have the kind of like just the one single lane now for the BMX section, and
Is it? I didn't even go over yet. It's real small.
it. I want to say it's bigger than last year, but like a number of booth wise, but and they're trying to open it up to try to get more mainstream people into that section because usually there's kind of BMX kids can get a little rowdy.
One thing I
so-
noticed, I feel like they prepared for the BMX section this year because they got this little tiny bathroom now.
Really?
Yeah,
This is
that is
before
true,
where
yeah.
you go downstairs and there's a huge bathroom, there's a bunch of dudes smoking weed down there, like spray painting shit. Like now it's just real small. And, like,
Do you guys see
security stuff.
anything from other brands that you're a little excited about, or anything interesting?
I mean, everyone there. I mean, I give them props for just being there and holding an actual booth.
Because
down
you guys
for
didn't
3
go for
days,
the booth
man.
this
Yeah,
year.
like I've done that, and
It's too much.
It's hard work, man.
It's
a-
expensive as hell,
A lot
huh?
of money for the the brand itself. A lot of work for the people that have to run it and be here all 4 or 5 days. So I give props to all of
But
them.
It's hard for East Coast people. Like
Right.
like West Coast people, like it's easy to come out here. It's a West Coast thing. But, like East Coast people really like East Coast bike dealers want an East Coast show.
Right.
They want something to come back to Philly or New York or wherever. Like something where it's a lot easier for them to get to, and they don't have to spend a bunch of money going out to Vegas. You know?
That does make sense.
We'll run that shit.
So how do you feel about the current health of the BMX industry in general? Does it seem like things are going well for, is everything on the up?
I think so. I think the more people can work together, the better. I think it's good though.
One thing I really wanted to ask about was the recent digital download DVD. How did that thing do? Because I'm interested in how many kids are actually willing to spend money on an online video.
Yeah, it was. Number wise, I don't know exact numbers, but I mean, I feel like because I see the emails coming in
Yeah,
daily
no,
on
it's killing it.
when
And
they're
then-
ordering it, and it's spamming my inbox like crazy.
Right.
Like
The first week it killed it real hard, and now still even now we
Every day, yeah.
there's downloads. Kids are
people
into
firing
it.
out.
So
I
That's
see
good.
all the names too, man.
So you know, and you're writing them down.
yeah.
Nice. Yeah, what are like the trends in BMX that you guys see going? I see you getting on the fat tire thing. Was that a hard sacrifice to make? Is there a lot of members of the animal team who wanted these giant tires? Is that just you guys appeasing like the 13-year-old?
Probably a mix. You
Yeah.
know, it's kind of a mix. I would say like a few dudes did ask for that big front tire, and they're gonna rock that. But yeah, probably not everyone's into it.
We're never gonna see a 9.5-inch animal bar.
No.
That shit doesn't fly on the East Coast.
They're still running like 8s,
Yeah.
That's big over there.
Yeah, how hard are you guys going to party while you're out here? Or do you have to keep it on the low because you're doing business?
Yeah, I mean, you try to keep it business, but there's always fun too, and it's good to see everyone, and it's kind of a yearly thing. Well, I mean, that's the cool part about Interbike is everyone gets to see each other and hang out and kind of just let loose for the week, I guess you could say.
The interesting thing about Animal as like a brand, in terms of the position that Animal's in within the industry, to me, is that Animal was always the cool company. But now Animal has to kind of deal with remaining the cool company while also being like a very large company in a sense where you guys make so much stuff now that it's kind of harder to control the image in a sense. I feel like is that something that you guys are conscious of just trying to you know, because you look at the videos and it's still like the most hardcore street video arguably that comes out like on a regular basis whenever the videos come out.
Yeah.
But then at the same time it's like, you know, you got a stem that's 18 different colors. So it's kind of is it a challenge to balance those things?
I think the main focus for us is just like coming out with stuff that's good.
Yeah.
Like if it works, like why change it? You know, I mean we're developing some new stuff. You know, just like going with the times, like the padded seat, the pedals, the bigger tire, like you know what people on our team want. But as far as like adapting to any trends, I don't see that at all. Like in the office, you know.
Yeah,
It's just
I think it's just
anyone's really concerned
everyone
with
just kind of I mean the team has the main influence, and then you know Bob and Ralph of course, and then everyone just kind of feeds off each other. You know, everyone like we'll sit down, we'll do a monthly meeting, like we'll you know kind of just bounce ideas off of everybody. So it's everyone's input. You know, so it's like we are trying to keep the you know the reins together where we're you know we are what we are, and we don't want to lose that, and we don't want to lose our main you know customer base and stuff like that as well.
I know you do a lot of stuff for Scavenger. I'm sure both of you do Scavenger stuff as well. Is there any big news with Scavenger? I know the Tom White frame is out now.
Yeah,
Tom White just dropped.
That's probably the biggest thing right now. I mean,
it's completely all the frames are completely different.
Really?
Like I mean they're all the same geometries. Like you look at it, it looks the same, but we've completely redone them. Like the V2s, the Ed, the Vinny frames. They all got thicker tubing.
Yeah.
They're all a little bit
Damage
heavier,
resistant,
you know. Like it's
a little more
they're way better frames. They're
thrashing,
street frames,
abuse,
exactly.
yeah.
Is that again just because that's what the team wanted?
Yeah, them and the feedback we're getting from the first frames coming back too. Like, dudes are out there riding it daily, you know. So we use that feedback like on everything we do. We never drop anything without fully having everyone ride it and test it and use what they say to you know to our advantage.
Who's the Scavenger pro team at this point?
I mean,
Is it a
that's-
little?
I think it's like a
It's
huge
between
mix
Ed and Vinny, yeah,
pro
the-
and flow,
yeah.
like kind of thing.
It's kind of
Totally,
It's hard to
their
tell
deal.
the difference.
Their deal,
Yeah, I mean,
yeah. I
it's
mean,
Ed,
I know the
Vinny.
main dudes, but yeah, like there's
Ollie's
a bunch
been
of homies
killing
that,
it lately,
yeah.
like Jeff Martin.
Oh, Jeff Martin.
Yeah, I mean it's.
Yeah.
Is Davey Watson still on the team?
I think
I-
he's on the
yeah.
team.
That-
I don't think anybody's talked to him in a
Because
while,
that's
but
one of
yeah.
the questions I got is what the hell happened to Davey Watson? Somebody wanted to know.
Yeah, no, he's in Seattle.
I think we asked the same question at
Yeah.
the meeting.
So Davey Watson, if you see this,
hit us up.
holler
Please.
at Nick. Holler at someone. Yeah. So overall, though, you still have a good time at Interbike after all these years?
Yeah, I mean it's repetitive. I mean, like I said, I've been here for a few years now, so it's definitely repetitive in that aspect. But at the same time, it is good to have everyone together and stuff like that. I wish it would be more like we're like an East and a West Coast show where they can maybe
Right.
do two of them, smaller, you know, cheaper type.
Bring
thing,
back to
but-
another subdivision, maybe.
Yeah, I mean something does need to happen. I don't know what, but
Yeah. Where do you guys see Animal going in the future? Is it just could you see it becoming like a real almost mainstream like streetwear brand at some point, or do you think that the streetwear side of things or the clothing side of things is always going to maintain like a sort of low profile?
Not at all. Like it's not going to be. We're a BMX brand,
Yeah.
and that's what we try
That's
to
all
stick
the
to.
focus always
And
will
that's
be?
what we
Yeah,
did.
that's
Like
not
even at
gonna
Agenda, like the main focus was to tell people we're a BMX brand. We had bikes there.
Bike
we had a couple
videos
parts,
going,
bike
like,
videos
yeah.
given out. Like
because it's
we're
ran
not
by
a
skate,
streetwear
you know,
brand.
we're trying to show people there's actually a bike lifestyle as well. You know, it's not just all bike parts.
It's
and
not just a bunch of kooks
tech
like designing
stuff, you
some
know,
clothes
like-
for their
Yeah.
homies
There's
to wear.
dudes riding it too. At
Just
the
because
same
you got a
time.
BMX company, you can still be professional and have good designers and good quality,
and
quality
look
stuff.
good doing it. Yeah.
Yeah. Case in point, you guys are both looking lovely right now. What are the misconceptions that kids have about Animal? Things that you might read online that you don't agree with or whatever.
Man,
I don't read them or
You
something.
don't read
online.
online?
Can you
Let's
throw
get
something
something
at
right
us?
there,
I mean, I don't
People
think
probably
anyone.
think we're bigger than what we are.
I
guess.
honestly don't think anyone at Animal is like really too concerned about it. Like I feel like we want to make people happy, but at the same time we do our own thing. Like we're all the guys on the team are like putting in a lot of input and are like the riders who are like doing their thing.
Well, I can't say anything about that. One more question from a reader is, where the fuck is the front hub guard? Which, I don't know. I've never had an Animal front hub, so I don't know about is there controversy involved in the front hub guard?
We had samples last Interbike. It hasn't came out yet.
Oh, okay.
Reason being is because we didn't want to release anything that was just going to break and fail. So we wanted to go back to the drawing boards and kind of fix it because the ones that we did have, the plastics were breaking. So, and then we had problems with the aluminum. So now when it comes out, it's going to be a chromoly hub guard with a plastic sleeve over it, so you can run it either way.
Optional sleeve, similar to the back hub guard.
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
But
I do have that on.
Yeah.
I've been happy with my experience.
Yeah, so I mean, I personally don't run a front hub guard at all, but I mean, I know a lot of people do, and they do ask on a daily for it. So it's coming soon, by February.
Okay, so kids,
Maybe.
Animal, Nick Benson, they're looking out for your best interest. The front hub guard is coming, so chill out.
Please be patient.
And don't use the F word when you ask
Grind
us
on your
questions.
pegs.
Yeah, grind on your peg, not your spoke. All right, guys, it was nice having you on the show. Anything else that we can cover?
I'm good.
You got it all.
Thank you very much. Appreciate it.
Thank you for everything.
There you go. I'm getting better at this. Wow.